Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're going to work on some ephemera today for our Pink Rose journal. It's pink and teal, or peach and teal, I'm sorry. So I have, this came with the kit, and this is to show you how you put these pockets together, because we have some smaller tags, so I thought they would be good to go in this, and these stacked tag pockets. And it, like I said, this was part of the kit, so I'm gonna ink those up and get those put together. We'll get some tags put together. We're just gonna work on ephemera, and that see how far we get today. That's about it. But I hope everybody's doing good and hanging in there. It is Friday night. Y'all will see this Saturday, but I have finally made it through the week of work. Thank goodness. This was one of those week of Mondays. It seemed like something every day. And then, of course, it's the first of the month, so, you know, it's always hectic the first of the month. Payday for everybody around in our area. Everybody's got their checks and running crazy. So, and then you got, you know, we do money orders and stuff like that. So everybody's in there trying to get their bills paid. So then I think these tags and stuff here will be pretty to go down in this. So we got some all different sizes of tags, and I've got the bigger rose gold, and then I do have the smaller rose gold eyelets as well. So we're going to try to get all of that done today, hopefully, in this video. At least get these built and put together, and then see what else we can get into with our ephemera builds. And in my stash, I do have some teal envelopes that I thought we could put some of our peach roses on, and put on and do a flip out from one in the front and one in the back. And then I think that will be good to go on a page. And then these two here, I thought we would put on the other pages as a tuck for a bigger journal card or tag. So when I put them down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue in an L shape and then have it as a tuck spot. So I think that'll be pretty much every page about that we didn't get yesterday with the magnet page. What did we call them? Over the page magnet ephemeras holders. So that was my thinkings for today's video, is trying to get some of this stuff done. And I know that's a bit of white on that, so we're going to ink it up. I think these are going to be cute stacked up. I think after I get this one done, I'm going to get me a new dauber. It's about tore up. I notice it has it's shedding a bit, so then they'll be like that. All right, let's get our glue and glue those. I was trying to keep them in the stacked order that they were in. A bit much glue there and there, so let's put this down on here. Get my fingers wiped off. Holy. So how's everybody doing? Y'all hanging in there? We've supposed to, like I say, you know, I work So I'll film at night after I get off work. Today we had not too bad of a storm come through. It wasn't really a storm. It was just a little bit of a shower. And then I think I was looking at the radar, and it's supposed to be about 3 or 3:30 tonight. It's supposed to be a thunderstorm coming through our area. So I guess I'll be up fussy cutting, waiting for the storm to come. I don't know. I can't really sleep good when it's storming like that. I'm afraid it's going to be a tornado, especially in the spring of the year. You never know, because it's humid here, like crazy humid. I mean, it really, in May, feels like it's August with the humidity. So, I can't wait till August, to be able to try to breathe outside with my asthmatic self. That is going to be fun. Not really. But, so then, let's see. So the bride-to-be, my soon-to-be daughter-in-law, her church has decided they're going to give her a bridal shower tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in Winston, which is like, I don't know, about an hour from our house. So the daughters, the youngest daughter is at the oldest daughter's, spending the night with her and the grandbaby, and they're going to go in the morning to that. So it's me taking care of the Snoop dog. I done put him to bed, took him out to use the potty, give him a good night bone, and then he'll be good for maybe about 2 hours. And then until it starts storming, and then he is going to be Thunder Buddy fussy. He's going to be whining and barking when it storms, especially if it's thundering pretty bad. He don't like that. But we'll just take care of him. So I was like, I'm trying to time out, when he goes out, just so that it won't be in the middle of that storm, because usually about 3 o'clock is when he wants to go out again. Then he's in the bed for the night. Yeah, I think these are going to be cute. Because I was looking through, and I was like, I knew I had some stacked tags in here, and I was like, well, where the heck are they at? So I need to get them out, and then we'll have a tuck spot behind those, and that'll be another couple of pages that we have tucks on. Whoopsie, let's not move you too much. So then we'll get those put in. Let's see, what else is going on? Not a whole lot, really. It's just been, kind of achy and sore just because, the arthritis is flaring up like crazy because of the stormy weather. And other than that, that's about it. The ribs are doing pretty good. Still cough every once in a while, but not, nowhere near like I was. And still hurt every once in a while, like in the mornings, first thing, like when I get up, just because I lay on the wrong side and inflammation starts getting in there. So I think the only thing I'm going to do about that is just fix me a board so I can't roll over on my left side. That's about the only cure I got for that. Because, if I lay on my right side for too long, it goes numb. I can't feel my leg. Just old, you know what I'm saying? Just old. And that comes from a degenerative disc. The sciatic nerve goes down my right leg, and that's just always fun to deal with. But see, that's a pain, like, I've been dealing with that since I was like 23, 24. Before I actually started having kids, I found out that I had degenerative disc. And then I was told, I didn't need to have but 1 or 2 at the most, and then, I wound up having 3. And the last 2 were kind of difficult pregnancies with body aches and that. And then the deliveries were a little difficult. But other than that, I'd still do it again. Just because I knew what, what I was going to have at the end of all the pain, My beautiful babies. Alright, so those are cute. I'm going to let them dry a bit before we start shoving tags and stuff in them. So I'm going to lay them off to the side. We'll get to working on the tags that go in them. So I'm just going to let them lay there and dry the way they are for a little bit. I'm going to ink up some tags and get some stuff going in them. So now we've got several smaller tags and stuff that I think will be cute in those, that I know probably won't fit in other pockets or stuff. All of these here, I think. These are the bigger ones here. They'll be fine in other pockets and things. Okay, that 1, 2, 3. So we'll do 2 of these. Now these I'm going to put in a pocket all together. So we'll do a bird in one, and a dragonfly in one. We'll do a fairy in one and a bird in the other. Oh, come on, fingers, work a little bit. My fingers won't work, y'all. So we'll have those, and that, those 2, and then we'll just do this. I'll be fine with that. And we'll put all those in that. I think that'll work. Alrighty. I gotta go find me a dress to wear to my son's wedding, y'all. That's what I gotta try to do this weekend or next. Yeah, because he's getting married the 24th. I think it's time I went and hunted me a dress to wear to it. I just hate trying on clothes, I just hate that. I don't know. Well, for one thing, I wear my hair up in a bun, and then whatever little short hair that I have around my face, I hairspray it down. So then when you're changing clothes and that, my bun's going to get messed up. My little baby sprig hairs is going to be flying loose every which way. So it's just aggravating, basically. But I'm going to go see if we can't find me a dress somewhere or another to wear to it. I want something that's kind of a long sleeve and down to my ankles. Just mainly because I do have a little bit of psoriasis on my elbows. Not real bad, but it's, you can't even really tell it unless you're looking, but I know it's there. You know what I'm saying? I can feel the rough skin. And it's not discolored, because I keep lotion on it and that, but I know it's there, you know what I mean? And I'm just self-conscious about it. And that's pretty much all it is to it. And so I don't want a short sleeve dress, or nothing like that. I don't want to, and I'm going to say this, but I know I won't. I don't want to embarrass him or anything like that. Or look at his mama, type. I don't want that, and nobody's going to be that way, but I feel, it's just me. It's just me. No one's going to be that way. No one's going to make me feel that way. It's just me and my self-conscious mind. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's something that I can't really help. It's the arthritis mess. So, with this psoriatic arthritis, and I was like, how many different kinds of arthritis can one person really get? I mean, come on now. I was just like, oh, so, I don't have just rheumatoid, I got psoriatic, which therefore, you have psoriasis on your skin and stuff with that mess. So I'm like, yay, that's so fun. Yay me. Which, and two, the one doctor seems to think that because I do have, you know, the bad allergies as I do, and the inflammation with, you know, the arthritis and all of this and that mess, is, you know, seeming to think that some of my lung issues is stemming from some of those arthritic inflammation issues, especially, you know, where the ribs and all of that are messed up. So he's like, you know, we'll just put you on something to try to keep the inflammation out of there the best that we can. You know, until your ribs and that muscle heals up. And sure enough, it was basically like the best that he could explained it was there's some type of muscle that runs through your rib cage, and it's basically like that muscle is inflamed and keeps causing all the inflammation and stuff there. So it's just been fun all the way around. Not really though. But I am on the mend and I am feeling somewhat better. Okay, I'm trying to get the holes poked in all of these, and then we'll put toppers on. So I gotta get quiet so I can see, you know what I mean? I gotta be quiet so I can see what I'm doing. Used to, when I was younger, didn't, you know, loud music and that and noise and all, nothing bothered me. But I know now, like, as I'm getting older, and I don't know what it is, like loud rackets and stuff like that make me very anxious. I don't know. I was never like that before growing up. I mean, you used to, like, you'd hear me coming a mile away with my radio. I mean, really, you could. Yeah, I love to play my radio wide open in my car. Alright, I'm going to change this around so we can put these on there. Whoops, and I turned it upside down. I'm going to change that around too, I forgot. Sorry, technical difficulties here. Not technical, just Lori difficulties. we ain't gonna lie about it. It's Lori difficulties, you know. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. So I gotta vacuum my floor up before I get fussed at and get grounded or something. Mainly because where I've been fussy cutting all the little bits and pieces of paper is all in the floor in here around my desk. It's not too bad messy, but I mean, you know, there's a little speck here and a little speck there, and it's just, it needs to be got up. Yep, I was hoping that I had the gold, rose gold tone minis. I wasn't sure, but I was pretty sure I had every color I could get my hands on back in the day when they first come out. I used to go to AC Moore's. That was the place, and I believe Michael's wound up taking that over, because that's where I used to go get all of my crafting stuff. It was AC Moore's, because they always had those deals and stuff way back in the day, like 30 years ago back in the day. Well, actually, my oldest daughter is 25, so yeah, 25 years ago. And that's when I started scrapbooking and stuff, and buying papers and stuff like that. was when we had her. So, you know, we had, and that was the new thing, you know, back then. Which, you know, people have done scrapbooking all throughout years. Because you have, you know, like the, you find the old picture books and stuff like that where everybody's kept for their family. Some form or another of scrapbooking, journaling. So I like to try to have plenty of room in my journals where if you want to put pictures in it, you can, and write about what was going on in the picture that day or what have you. That's I always try to be mindful of that. You know, especially for Christmas journals. I love to have just a beautiful background page as an accent in the Christmas journals. So you can put pictures on. Well, give me one of them. Let me have one of you. That thing gets aggravating because it locks on its own. So I'm going to close these up for right now, just so I don't accidentally, clumsily knock them over in the floor. I think that's all we needed to do to them. And I've got this stuff here. Thought about putting a little bit of that on them. Just tying, you know, some strings on them. Not a whole bunch. And it might even be just as simple as, you know, just tying a little knot on it. Well, here we go, fumble fingers, y'all. Sorry about that. But that's just the way things are at the moment. But yeah, just something like that. With some of the bigger ones, I do try to want to put a loopy loop on it. And I know I use my stomach as my third hand a lot to push things up against me to help me hold it. So if I'm out of frame, that's where I'm at. Back here, holding it up against my belly. There we go. So I always try to remember, you know, like this here is the edge of my camera. And then I'll forget trying to hang on to something and push it up against my stomach to hold it. So I can get a better handle on it. And I do that quite a bit. I hope I got enough of this to do all of these. I got this from, I think, from the Dollar Tree, or, yeah, I think it was the Dollar Tree. They had a bunch of different colors. I haven't been to the Dollar Tree in a long time. Oh my goodness. So I don't even know what all kinds of new springy, crafty items they've got. I ain't even watched no Dollar Tree hauls, y'all. I might have time to watch or do nothing, to be honest. I really hadn't. Last weekend was the grandbaby's 5th birthday party, Saturday, so we everybody came here to get ready and get gifts and what have you, the cakes and all that, until the venue that they were having it at was available for us to get into to set it up and everything. And so then once it was open and ready for us to go to, you know, we loaded up and went up there. So, you know, and of course here I am in my pajamas. Everybody shows up at my house. You know, Meemaw's pajamaed out. And I'm just like, oh, goodness. So, you know, I'm like, well, I got to get ready. So, you know, then my sister came up. Mama was mowing the yard and the belt came off of it. So the brother-in-law brought his mower up to finish mowing the yard for us, which was very, very appreciative and thankful for that, because if had it not happened with all the rain we've been having this week, it would be knee-high by Monday. So, you know, So then we had the son-in-law's mama and her fiance was here. The grandbaby was here. The son-in-law, my daughter's husband, and then me, my mama, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, my sister, and they came in because I gave them a bunch of planters and stuff like that, like wheelbarrow planters, and gave them 2 green stalk planters to take down because they're building them a, not really like a homestead where, you know, cows and animals or what have you. They're going to have a few chickens, maybe, they said. And but they've moved all of his parents, his older aunt and uncle, his sister and her significant other, my sister's daughter, my niece, I believe her fella, and I think the nephew to my sister are all going to move, well, which they have already all moved there. They're just all going together on like a big piece of land and planting, and, you know, just like a family compound type situation. And so I'm not able, especially right now with the ribs and all of that mess going on, able to get out and garden and plant. And, you know, like I said, I think I pretty much had a heat stroke a couple of years ago, because just anytime I'm out in the heat or humidity whatsoever, I tell you what, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I mean, just get super weak, instantly get weak. Like, I can walk out and feel like I'm just going to faint. So, told them they can take all of that stuff with them. So they come up, loaded up all of that. We just had a whole big old visitation day last week. Then Sunday, you know, oh, I coughed. And of course, he's going to raise sand. But yeah, so then last Sunday, I had to do the grocery order and stuff. So put that little birdie there. Let's see this one here. But yeah, so last weekend was super busy. I'm not going to go to the bridal shower because, you know, like I said, it's super early in the morning. And then or well, it's the bridal shower that her church people's throwing her. I kind of feel bad because I'm not going, but, you know, she does also understand, you know, that you know, here, I'm shooting a video right now at like 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. And like I said, even though if I wasn't shooting a video, you know, I didn't get off work, I can get home and eat and clean up and shower and all that. It was, you know, already 12:30. Alright, so now let's see where we want to put you at. I'm going to scooch this up so I don't accidentally ink something I don't want to ink. Okay, so I'm going to put one here on this side, make a tuck. And I was thinking that has one, that has one, that does, this is the only other thing. And yeah, and then every page will have a tuck spot on it. Sure enough. So then we'll put, I'll take and put the envelopes. If I can get my fingers to work, y'all, I'm so sorry. Put my envelopes here with our floral decorations on it and flip open. I'm going to probably trim these down to where the envelope opens down here. And then we'll put a piece of decorative paper in there as well. So that's where they're going to go. Let's see. I'm going to leave those out. I need to put something in here to remind me that's where it's going. Okay, then on the back side, it should be in the same spot, I think. Put that one there. And we'll put the other one here. Have both of them attached like that, and they flip out. Yep. That's going to be beautiful. So then we have, you know, still the big journal pages front and back, and then all of the pages have journaling spots. So then we got to really go count up and see, you know, because I said anywhere from 22 to 44 journal cards or tags to go in these tuck places. So I think we are going to need 22 journal cards, tags, or ephemera pieces. So we still got our work cut out for us, basically. Just going to stick that here in the corner. And hold that for a minute, because that is kind of heavy. I think that's going to be cute as a button in there. I love that. It's going to be a fat one. Well, not too bad, because, you know, we do have a bunch of these envelopes. You know, like the pretty decorative envelopes. I was thinking about folding these up and just leaving them folded. You know, like the envelope fold. And then this, where you can open it up and write on it. That's what I'm thinking about doing with those two things. We've got a bunch more envelopes, and we've got a bunch of those where you can make like a folio piece. I think that's on there. So I am going to decorate those envelopes here in just a minute, and we'll put those on too. I just wanted to look through for one quick minute to make sure. All right, don't glue that side. To make sure what we had going on in here. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure that I can do these and put the envelopes in there, and every single page, tie-dye page, will have a tuck place for ephemera. I'm going to slide that tag over right here just for a second so that that doesn't get glued down right there. Y'all excuse my nails, they look horrid. My fingers are peeling back away from my nails. I don't know what's going on. I've lotioned them up. All kinds of mess. So if anybody knows why your fingers peel back from your nail. Face some kind of deficiency, which I'm sure I probably got it. There was one lady was trying to tell me it was iron deficiency. I was like, I ain't never heard of that, but okay. I know my nails split in the middle with the lines. I know, you know, sometimes. But yeah. Okie doke. So those are in there. Let's get these envelopes done. We'll put them in. You know, like I said, this is ephemera making and stuff like that, but alright, so both of them are going to go this way and flip out, right? Yes, I do believe so. Boop. Okay. So now what I was thinking was to put our big peach florals on here, which are Grateful Garden Fussy Cuts from Ginger Journals. Here, let me pull it out, dummy, so it doesn't have a glare on it. There you go. That's where they came from. You know, she is just one of my favorites. I just love her stuff. And then, you know, you can make it, if I had been thoughtful about it and printed them on cardstock, we could have made a tuck on them, but there's just some big, beautiful florals in here. So I kind of want to do like a swag just in the middle of it, and that's kind of what I want. Because some of these here I want to put on like a, what are they called? Tags. And see, and that would even be pretty too. It's a little blendy. I like that. But we don't have, you know, the mason jars. I don't have none of that other stuff in here, so we'll just put them out to the side. That would be pretty, because we do have those urn things like that. Let's do that, because, you know, on our other tags, we have these. Push up, y'all. Good eye, good eye. Whoever was like, look at them urns, crazy. Use them. There we go. All right. So then, you know, because I don't want to introduce another element. Does that make sense? Then you got to go back, and I like to make it, you know, kind of cohesive throughout the whole journal. So if I introduce the jars, the mason jars, then I got to go through and add them to tags and stuff throughout the journal to make it look cohesive. That, I mean, and that's just me. That's the way I feel, to make it look right. You know, like it's not just pieces thrown together and put in a journal. Try to give it a little bit of thought ahead about what I'm making and where it's going. Now these right here are printed on 20 pound. I'm going to move that over here so I can ink it. You know what? Let me just change this. See, look at that. It's just falling apart. It needs to go. It needs to go. And I got a rusty hinge here. I don't use that much, but we're just going to switch that out and use that piece. And I'll get me a fresh dauber, because I don't want to get up at the moment. Now we in beeswax. Business, business, business. Yes, 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 yes. But now the only thing is, you know, I got to hit it like every 5 seconds to get ink, I feel like. Okay, so we're going to put that on there. Ooh, that does look pretty, don't it? Do I need to... I'm just going to do it real lightly around the edges. I don't want to grunge these up too much. And then guess what we're going to do with the little flat part on the other side? When we glue it down, we're just going to glue here and here and make it a tuck spot too. Shut your face. I think that would be awesome. Okay, let's get these little bits here cut out. Oops. Okay. I'm just going straight across to the edge of it and just snipping them straight across. And the only reason I'm doing that is so it's easier to pull the ephemera in and out of it. That's all. The only reason I'm doing that. Alrighty, now glue page. Let's get you down here. Okay. Let's get you centered up here so I don't have you sitting all wonky. I like that. Now see this, how the difference looks. That looks super bright. That looks grungy, even though we didn't do nothing in here. It's funny how that happens. Alright, so we'll put that one in a second. I'm going to go ahead and cut these bits off here on the inside. So I got my scissors out here. Okay, and you know, I'm sorry, I get quiet when I'm trying to focus on something. Like I've done explain it, I'm at the age where I gotta get quiet so I can see better. I don't understand that. It is funny, like, you know, because my daughter, she'll be in there wanting to jam out, and I'm like, turn that down, I can't see nothing, I can't, you know, because, and it's more about listening, you know, for a vehicle or something like that, because we do have some blind curves around in our area, or blind pull-out spots. So I'm like, turn it down so I can hear if I can hear a car coming. And she'll be like, oh my goodness. It is. It is funny, but it's not funny. All right, we got one more thing to do to them before we put them in their journal, and that's right here on this glue spot. If you see, it has that tacky. So just in case, you know, because we're going to glue it here and here. So just in case if it were to get, you know, rained on, water spilt on it, or what have you in your journal, I'm going to put a piece of paper on that glue spot there, just so that it will not, I mean, just on that, that's all I'm doing it for, is just that strip. I'm not even going to do the whole piece. I'm just going to do on that strip for the just in case if it were to get something spilled on it, you know, that wouldn't glue your tuck spot shut. And that's all I'm doing there. And it's just a little tricky trick. For all envelopes, because you know, most of them have like the where you would wet it in the adhesive some way or another on them. So that is my quick fix for that. And you're not even going to see it. It's just, I know that it's there. And when I go to glue it on my page in my journal, I'll take and put it down like this. And then I'll open it up and I'll put glue, you know, here and here. And then I'll put it on my journal page and glue this down. And then that will be a tuck spot right here. So then I don't have to worry about it ever being, you know, accidentally glued. Does that make sense? Excuse me for the coughing. The little jingly you hear is these little tags here of stuff. There's like stamp numbers, small book page, die cut labels and stuff like that. It's all like book page stuff that I had in my a basket under my desk that these envelopes was in, and I was like, let me get that stuff out. I need to be using that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I done. I just moved them up here on my desk, so they'll be jingle jangling a lot here. I'm just putting that right over that glue. Let's see, you can also fix your envelope where you paper clip it in. You can put it underneath, you know, like your whatchamacallits, the over the page magnet holders that we did yesterday. You can put your envelopes under that. But these I want to glue in as a tuck spot. So I want to make sure that the envelope doesn't get completely glued down one of these days when it moves on to someone else. Okay. Alright, this one's been inked up. Let's ink this sucker here up. Well, these I didn't fussy cut right up on them. I need to. Let's do that with this one. Just around the bottom anyways. I didn't do that on this. I did the other one. And if you can tell, I didn't do a real tight fussy cut there. Okay. Well, we're just doing a lot of projects in this one, aren't we? Having fun though, putting it together. This has been fun working on it. I don't want these flowers too grungy. I just want the edge inked where it's going to pop off from the background. And I know I could have put book page, you know, and all of this and that and the other around it. But I just wanted the envelopes and the flowers on it for the colors. Okay. I don't know what he's barking out now. Nobody did nothing or hit nothing. He's just having a fit. Unless it's storming already. Because he's at the front door in the hallway and he can see out the front door. So if it's lightning and it flashed, boy, he's going to have a fit already. And then too, he'll bark when Mama gets up and starts walking. He has a fit. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to glue them in there, and then I'm going to get off of here, because like I said, he's on extra high alert at the moment just because Autumn's not here. So any little racket he hears, he's going to have a fit. Oh, goodness. So I just got me a little desktop thing of stuff, you know, that I want to work with and use. And my sister brought it to me, and I was like, you know, at first I was putting like tags and stuff in it, and then some of my laces were getting hung on it because it's that wicker. So then I said, well, I'll just put my little, you know, my little bitty bits that, you know, like something that you need to grab quick, you know, like doilies and labels and, you know, some scrapbook page or music or whatever. I'll just put that on there. And it comes in real handy for all of that stuff. Just a, you know, just a little bitty. Oh, good gracious, woman. You and your fingers get on my nerves. So let's get this cleaned up real quick. And I didn't even get to that rest of that pile. I knew I wasn't going to. over rambunctious, I think. But a lot of it is just, oh, look, I did put that on there upside down and backwards, didn't I not? That's fine. The front one will flip out this way, and then the back one will flip out that way. There we go. Solved that problem, didn't we? See, there's no problem that you can't fix, because it don't gotta be perfect. Just gotta be pretty. And that's exactly what it is pretty. Oh yeah, love it. Love those. You got a place marker, crackhead. Look at it. Okay, so now the one on this here, yep, look at that. That'd be pretty one to put there. Ooh, give me my glue. Put it there, and then it'll fold out this way. You have plenty of room to get in there. And then let's even it up. And then you'll have your tuck here. We can put us a pretty little journal card there. Add some color to this page. I'm trying not to get to the bend of it, just simply because I don't want it glued on the accidental on the back side. Because I have done that and glued the page and the envelope completely together. So then you'll have, you know, a tuck spot here to put a nice little journal card in. And that folds open, and then you'll have plenty of space to be able to get in there. Let's see. That's going to buckle in it. So I'm going to just run a bead right down at the edge of that right there. Yeah, we need to do that. You'll still have a tuck spot on the other side. I did forget that. You'll run the bead across here so that when you fold it open, the page doesn't. So the page is like that, and it'll buckle like that when you fold it, when you open it up, if you don't put glue right at the edge of it. Okay. I'm worrying about my time. I don't know why. I don't care. This is what I'm working on. This is what I'm doing. So, yeah. Sometimes it plays in the back of my mind, you know, pay attention to your time. Sometimes it don't. And for some reason today it is. And I think it's just mainly because I'm afraid Snoop's going to sit in on a barking spell, that's all. Alright, so you want to go on like the edge of your flap, just down the sides of it, and then right above where the fold crease line is, right above it. Well, if you drive straight, crack nugget there. This is some of the times where I truly do get on my own nerves. I know I said that in yesterday's video, and I do. I truly do get on my own nerves. And it's not, you know, getting on my nerves. It's aggravating because I'm trying to, you know, put together something crafty and pretty. And I'm like, look, you just made a mess of that, you know. And it's not really a mess, but I feel like it is. Because I didn't glue it where I wanted to, just for that one little smidget of glue that went off. And I can't pick up nothing. Good Lord. So, yeah. Okay, so now those, ooh, I think that is beautiful. I love that. That is exactly what this journal needed. And see, now it's going to bleed over to on the other side. Bless it. Why are you doing that, miss? And I glued way away from that so that it wouldn't do that. I may wind up putting a piece of washi tape there. Well, which when it dries, it won't look that ugly. See, like this one's already dried. You can't even tell if there was any glue there. So we'll just let it dry and I'll leave it alone. Because the more I mess with it, the worse it's going to look. And then the envelopes won't fold up because we used the glue stick. But yep, so that is our little, all of the tucks are in here now. So I'm going to leave that laying open and let that dry. And I'll use my, little glue eraser on it. And it will come right off of there. Yeah, see, that's coming off already. But yep. Okie dokie. I'm going to get off here. So we will get us some rest, and we'll come back tomorrow, and we'll make up some tags and journal cards. Hopefully, maybe 2 more videos. I know I said that yesterday, but then I come up with doing the envelopes and fixing those up, and then that stack pocket with all the tags. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We fixed 11 tags today, and basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 technically tuck places with, you know, all the little folds and that. All that looks good. I love that right there. That's just pretty. I'm going to leave that open, like I said, let that finish drying. And I'm going to get off here, get my video uploaded, and we will talk at y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Be safe out in the storms if you have storms in your area. And have a good weekend, y'all.